Hey guys, welcome back to Senegalese Twisted. I am back with another review, and today I'm going to talk about episode 17 of Maîtresse de Homme marié of the second season. And this episode actually started off with Amsa at work, and she was receiving a package, and at one point Cher comes in, but Amsa is not allowing him any minute to say anything. She drags him outside of the beauty salon and starts talking to him there, and she's actually telling him that, you know what, Cher, you need to make up your mind because you got rid of us and you need to know whatever it is that you want, because he decided one day to divorce Marjan. And yeah, so apparently he has been calling Marjan, but she has not been picking up, which is logically because the woman has a whole bunch of self-respect, of course. And I think that he came here to ask Amsa to talk with Marjan, or at least have Amsa tell him that, you know what, Marjan, she is doing fine, and give him the ins and outs of her life. But she was not willing, and she was actually telling Cher that, you know what, Cher, you are whatever it is that you are, but you need to know that Marjan is moving on. She found someone new, someone who is taking care of her. She is living a happy life, the best life, and you're not in it. And of course they hurt Cher a little bit, because he was like, no, Amsa, you need to know that you need to respect me. I am a respectable man and you cannot talk to me like that. And then he takes out an envelope and he's giving it to Amsa, saying that, I want you to give this to Marjan. And Amsa is telling Cher, no, Cher, because Marjan did not get a relationship with you because of your money, and whatever it is that's in this envelope, that's what we've been smacking, aka the new guy. He been taking good care of us, and your little money is not gonna help us in any way. And then the doctor comes, and he's like saying that, hey, yeah, I've been visiting my friend over here, Amsa, and I think that the doctor's name is Cherno, and Cherno is saying that, oh yeah, I've seen her around. And I think he's even mentioning a specific place. And then Amsa's looking at him and she's like, so you look at people long enough to recognize them, but you don't say hi? And he's just saying that, you know, well, I did not have the guts to say something to you, but maybe today Cher can help me, hashtag aka introduce me to you, and then we can talk later. And then she just smiles, and we all know that they might end up together. Anyways, then Page comes in, and Page wants to see his girlfriend. And Biram is not allowing this, and he's saying that, no, you cannot come here. I have told you already that you do not have a place in this house. And Page is actually sweet talking to him, and he's like, you know what, you need to be honest, because your mom is really having a glow up. She looks good, she feels good, she's happy, and she's not in your way. So this is your perfect time to actually get your wife back, because I know you've been struggling, and we need to be honest here. You want your wife back? This is a perfect opportunity, because your mom is off your back. She's not on your neck anymore. And then Biram gets the realization that, hey, this guy, he's onto something. And he's like, oh yes. And then Page is like, yeah, we need to know, you need to allow me some time with your mom so I can have a strategy out here and see how we can work your mom so you can get your wife back. And it's crazy because even Biram is pulling a 360, because at the end of that scene he shouts and he's like, "Mom, Dad is home." In the next scene it's Rocky and Cher, and they're actually talking about their project with Aquanic. And Cher is actually complaining to Rocky that, you know, the bill is too much and maybe we should just leave the terrain or the land that we had proposed to Mr. Traoré, and maybe we just leave that and find something else. And Rocky stands by her point, because she's saying that no, we promised them quality and we promised them this specific estate. So they're just, you know, discussing, because for Cher, he sees it as a waste of money, but he's probably just thinking short term, while Rocky's actually thinking long term, which is what she's also saying, because she's like, you know what, Cher, you're only seeing the money that we're losing now, but you need to think about what the consequences will be, or, you know, the development will be whenever we deliver what we promised we would deliver, like quality and this specific estate. So eventually Cher gives in, and he's like, you know what, Rocky, since I made you the head of operations, you've been doing a really good job, so whatever it is that you say, or whatever your decision, I'll stand by you, I'll support you, because I trust you. And I think that was really big of him. He's not like Biram, who's saying that, well, I'm the oldest person, so you should listen to me. No, he's like, you know what, you've done a great job up until now, and I trust that that's what you'll deliver to me. And yeah, they're strictly like business partners, instead of looking at like, well, I'm the older sibling or I'm the younger sibling, because that is also something that you have a lot in Senegal. And it's not just like the relationship between Rocky and Biram, it's different, because he takes everything personal, and he's saying that no, but I am your elder, so you should be beneath me, basically, because she had the misfortune to be born after him. And I don't think that's really I don't think that's a valid reason, and I know a lot of people who think that way, but I will not have that. Next you have Marjan, and she's actually really shocked, because she cannot believe that Biram actually called Page his dad. And she was like, what did you do to Biram? Because when he said Dad is home, I thought that my husband, my late husband, you know, he stood up from the grave and he came back to life, and Biram witnessed that. And she did not expect that Biram would actually be so enthusiastic for Page. And Page is actually explaining that, you know what, children of today, they just want too much. They want to live their lives, but then at the same time they want to live our lives as well, and I don't accept that. So I just talked to him, and it was too funny. And then they start talking about, you know, their lives together, because apparently they're not married yet. So Marjan is telling him that, you know what, I really want us to finalize our marriage, and I have 2 grown sons, and I am the head of a family, so I think it's better if we seal the deal as soon as possible. You have to meet Cher, and I'll make sure that goes well. And then he starts saying that he has a niece slash nephew that he is really estimating really high, respects really well. And I think that this was his way of saying that he needs this person's approval of Marjan in order to actually have it finalized as well. And I think that this person is Amsa, but I'm not sure. And I think that if Amsa would stand in front of Marjan, hell would break loose, sis. And Marjan actually assured Page that, you know what, Page, don't worry about it, because I have a really good feeling about this, and this person is gonna love me, and this person is gonna love me as a mom or an aunt, so don't worry about it. I have a really good way with children or grown-up children. At the end, Page is saying that, you know, we need to make this official as soon as possible, and I want you to know that I love you just like a fish loves water. And at the end of the scene, Marjan is like, I love you. And it's so funny because Senegalese people speaking English is c'est autre chose. The next scene is Alida, who is in Lala's store, and they're actually she's actually shopping because apparently Sheikh has invited Alida to, you know, pick out anything she wants because he's treating her on Senegalese clothing. And of course he would be a bad husband if he would send Alida to a whole different store while his own wife is actually a stylist and she has her own clothing line. And so she's there with Lala, and Lala is showing her everything, and Alida is saying that, oh my god, this clothing is so beautiful, I want it all. And Lala is actually joking because she's like, it's fine, take everything you want, Sheikh is paying. And then Philly comes in, and the first thing Philly says is like, Lala, did I hear that Marjan is playing a teenager in love and is about to get married? And they're actually talking about that a bit, and it's all laughs and it's really funny. And then they start switching the conversation because also at the beginning of Philly talking, she's actually saying to Lala that she should not be working because she's about to pop the baby, and she's been about to pop that baby since episode 1, but you know. And they talk about that because Lala is saying that, no, I have to work because if I leave everything to Khadija, nothing will go. And Sheikh actually sent me here to accompany his work partner because she needed to get some clothing. So they start talking about Marem because Lala is actually explaining to Philly the conversation that she had with her brother-in-law and her husband about Marjan, and that Biram ended the conversation saying that if he needs to seize the opportunity to get Jalika back, then Sheikh should seize this opportunity to get Marem back. And Philly was talking and saying that no, Marem would not have that little self-respect to actually be divorced and then have so little self-respect to take him back. She would never, ever, ever. And then they proceed to talk about Hamid and how Marem, or make sure that Marem knows that Amsa is actually the one that got the naked pictures and the videos, and that it was actually her fault, so that Marem and Amsa can actually break up as friends. And that was their sneaky little plan, but they did not know that Alida was actually recording them. And at one point Philly is like, ooh, by the way, this woman here, and Lala is like, this woman, she cannot even understand Kai Maraila, and that means come, I'll murder you. And that's what people in Senegal use as a phrase to see whether you understand Wolof or not. And they do not know that if you know that sentence, it only means that you know that sentence. It does not still not mean that you speak Wolof. But anyways, so they do not know that she's actually recording them and that she's actually a friend of Marjam's. So that's how that scene ends. The next scene is Alida, Raki, Mr. Traore and Sheikh, and they're actually handing out phones so that the employees can call each other, but we all know it's another ad. And then they start talking about the real estate thingy, the problems that they had, and they're actually apologizing. Sheikh and Raki are apologizing, and they're saying that, you know what, we'll make sure that everything will be redone so that we can give you guys what we promised you and everything will be great. But Mr. Traore is actually saying that, you know, that's okay, but I won't be here every day to have these pleasantries and everything, because we are actually going to introduce a director of this project that will oversee everything. So aka you guys won't deal with us anymore, you guys will deal with Marjan. And at the end of this scene, you actually see that Alida is smiling because she knows what's up. She knows what's up. And because Mr. Traore is asking / saying to Alida that, you know, we know that this woman, she's really she's capable of doing this job. She has a lot of experience and she will be amazing. And that's why she ends up smiling. And at the end, Sheikh and Raki are also smiling because of course they won't know what hit them. So they're really positive about it, and God knows for how long. In the next scene, you see that Marjan is making herself pretty, and she's trying on a bunch of clothing. So in the next scene, you actually see that Marjan is just having a little conversation with Alida, and Marjan is telling Alida that, you know what, you need to become more Senegalese, you need to wear Senegalese clothing and speak Wolof. And Alida is actually saying, je parle Wolof tuti tuti rek, which means a little bit, I just speak it a little bit. And it's actually really funny because normally those are literally your first words that you will learn. And it's actually really cute. And Alida continues to say that actually your ex-husband took me out to get some Senegalese clothing, and we actually went to his wife's store, Lalala, and she helped me pick out some cool outfits, and I really love the outfits and everything. And Marjan is actually saying that, yeah, well, she should know that I would never become a client there. And Alida is actually asking her, oh, so how was your relationship like? And she's saying that, no, we don't have a relationship. Like, we is not good. And then Alida is saying that, yeah, because I was there, and then a woman came in and they started to talk, and at one point I heard it, mare 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 mare, and then I started recording. And the first thing that Marjan does is call Amsa. She's like, Amsa, my sister, come here, we have another case. And they listen to the voice message, and it is the part where they are talking about ruining the relationship between Amsa and Marjan by saying that Amsa is the person that sent all these pictures and videos to Hamid. So the first thing that Amsa is doing is she gets so mad and she's saying, no, we need to make work out of this, we cannot let these women go. And this is the first time that Marjan is the person that's actually like, no, we need to let it go. They're just, you know, back talking, they're just gossiping about us, it's not any harm, you know. And of course they already made up for whatever it was that they were fighting about, you know. So I don't think that at this point something can come between Amsa and Marjan, you know, and especially not those two. And yeah, so they're just having this discussion where Amsa is urging Marjan to do something, fight back, and Marjan telling Amsa to calm down, they're just gossiping, it's nothing serious, and that's it. Then you see the scene where Amsa is actually visiting Cher's house, and she's telling the girl that lives in the house to call Lala and say that Marjan's best friend Amsa is here to see her. And then Cher comes out, and Cher is actually really mad at Amsa because he's like, what are you doing here? What do you want? And you know Lala is about to pop that baby, and if something happens to Lala, it's your fault. And Amsa's like, I don't freaking care about that. I need your wife to STF you, and I need you to stop as well, because you need to know that she's the one that is actually two-faced. She's the one that is instigating a lot of these problems, and she's the reason why you and Marjan divorced, and she's also the reason why Marjan's life is ruined. And Cher is actually sticking up for Lala and saying that no, Lala would never do that, and this and that. And at the end, Amsa just leaves because she's sick and tired of it. In the last scene, you see that Marjan is going to the police station. And when she goes to this office, it's the woman. Do you guys remember that she was doing all this effort just to get a date with the other policeman? So she's saying that my name is Marjan, and whenever she hears the name, she's like, oh, you're the woman that has her ass out on the internet and everyone has seen your ass. And Marjan is like, girl, stop. I need you to do your job, even if you don't like the face that's in front of you. And this woman she's doing too much, because she's saying that, yeah, and women like you are the ones that ruin it for other girls. And when she said that, I was like, but how? How is someone's naked picture, you know, the scandal of it, ruining it for me, someone who does not do that? Like, it's not connected. Like, I don't know how, but I would like to have some explanation. But I think it's like a cultural thing or like a mentality thing, because I don't see it, and I do not agree with that either. So at one point, the male officer comes in, and he's actually paying no mind to Marjan, because he's saying, Penda, why are you in my office? How many times have I told you to not just go into my office when you have nothing to look for here? I already told you that I would take you out to dinner, and I will just be patient. So this is where Marjan is like, oh, so you're that kind of girl. So she's saying to Penda that, so you're actually like me, you know, doing all this for a man. And this is the moment where the male officer is actually dismissing Penda. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, the marus. I'm so ashamed, because that's it's like you're saying something so bad about Marjan, but yourself, you're so desperate for men, for the attention of men. Like, it doesn't add up. So anyways, whenever Penda leaves, they're just talking, and she's saying, my name is Marjan, and it's true that everyone has seen my ass. I am on the internet naked. However, I have left this country because of it, and actually I'm back, and I want for the people who actually exposed me and actually made sure that I came on the internet with my whole private parts out, that they are held accountable. And then she just looks in the camera like dead. She's like, I want to file a police report. Je veux porter plainte. And I was like, ooh, oh my god, she's doing it. So Marjan is filing a police report against Philly, I think, Lalala, and maybe even Hamid, because I think he's gonna come back. And I cannot wait to see how this is gonna end up. I also want to see the faces of, well, actually only the face of Cher whenever Marjan is introduced as the director of the project Aquanic. That's gonna be so juicy. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can ask them below. Check out SenegaleseTwisted.com. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode.